This is the very busy Cobham Drive, and along Cobham Drive is the entrance to Hamilton Gardens. It is just stunning and it deserves a visit. There was so much to see. Now, I would normally say grab a coffee, sit down and enjoy the video. This time I say grab a cheese platter, a wine, a beer or whatever, and enjoy the walk through the gardens. I know it's a long video. So join me while I walk around this absolutely stunningly beautiful park with its many themes and a lot of workers keeping it tidy. My name is Anita. I am a Dutch-Kiwi on holiday in New Zealand. Hamilton Gardens is a public garden park in the south of Hamilton, owned and managed by the Hamilton City Council. The 54-hectare park is based on the banks of the Waikato River. It includes enclosed gardens, open lawns, a lake, a nursery, a convention centre, and the Hamilton East Cemetery. It is the Waikato region's most popular visitor attraction, attracting more than 1 million people and hosting more than 2,000 events a year. And right at the entrance, there is something beautiful to admire. The lancewood is a New Zealand native tree found throughout New Zealand from sea level up to about 750 metres. The juvenile form, which lasts between 15 and 20 years, is very easily recognised. As the tree gets older, the stem begins to branch, producing a bushy top, and the leaves become wider and shorter, losing their teeth. It's only when the tree is mature that it adopts a typical tree shape. Just gorgeous. It just grows straight up, stands tall, and it's just lovely. I know, it's very simple, and yet there's beauty in the simplicity. Just beautiful. With some reorganising going on, I want to orientate myself. So the first thing I do is I get a new map of the area and, have a coffee to go with it. Oh, and there is something delicious for everyone. And I have to say that this muffin filled with this gorgeous caramel was just a delight. And while sitting there, I just had a good look around, and some places were still familiar, but there were changes. Well, this wee sparrow was eyeing up the crumbs I was going to leave behind. And while I drank my coffee and ate my cupcake, I perused the brochure, which is really quite informative, but it was time to get cracking. And it was lovely to see the red bridge on which I've left many a footstep. Let's start with the Charbagh Garden, a garden oasis for the Mughal aristocracy of the 17th century India, based on the four gardens of paradise, a sanctuary of burbling water, carpets of flowers, and sacred symmetry. I've now moved on to the Japanese gardens, beautifully manicured and kept. The Japanese garden of contemplation is a garden of serenity, where every element is designed to aid meditation and self-reflection. The rocks are mountains, and the raked gravel flows with the shape of wind and water. Enjoy these gardens. One minute you're in China, and the next in Japan, and all of a sudden you're in the Italian Renaissance garden. Oh, it is just such a lovely mix of international beauty, and it's almost like you're time travelling. So time travel along and enjoy the sights. The Italian Renaissance garden is a garden of princes and poets that celebrates ancient myths and divine spirits. Classical statues accompany your stroll through the Renaissance Italy, an age of art, literature and invention. Well, the brochure's not wrong.
행하이 위에 하이레 마이 하이레 마이 하이레 마이.
Of course, New Zealand's history has to also be represented in these beautiful gardens. The Te Parapara Garden showcases the traditional gardening skills developed by Tainui Waikato Māori. Here you walk in the realms of deities as you discover how Aotearoa's first gardeners adapted their tropical crops for a colder climate.
mama
the herb garden. A garden of senses displaying plants used by European New Zealanders for food, cosmetics, perfumes and medicine. Say Tudor and you think kings and queens, and that's no different in this garden. According to the brochure, here we walk in the footsteps of Henry VIII and Elizabeth I. This garden, according to the brochure, is fit for a monarch, full of intricate designs, hidden meanings, and fantasy beasts. Well, I do have to say, I was charmed in this garden. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I sat down on a bench seat for a wee while and just took it all in. The Garden Party is a 1922 short story by Karen Mansfield. It was first published in 3 parts in the Sunday Westminster Gazette on the 4th and 11th of February 1922 and the Weekly Westminster Gazette on 18 February 1922. It later appeared in The Garden Party and Other Stories. Its luxurious setting is based on Mansfield's childhood home in Tenakuri Road, the second of 3 houses in Thorndon in Wellington that Catherine's family lived. Oh, I really love this garden, and I spent quite a bit of time here actually. So, I don't know, it's never quite the same on screen as in real time, but it is just so lovely. This book has been beautifully presented as a garden, and I tell you what, it is just a joy to be here. Once again from the brochure, this garden is a garden set in Edwardian Wellington on the morning of Karen Mansfield's famous short story, The Garden Party. The food is on the table, the band is about to play, and the guests are about to arrive. Beautiful. Right, the newest garden, the ancient Egyptian garden. Now, look at that beautiful wall, masterly created. Look at the pictures on the wall, beautifully done, absolutely beautifully done, with the entrance to the gardens, so inviting. Oh, just beautiful. I know it's not Egypt, but I can transport you to times gone by. Now, I've been told, keep an eye on the colour of the walls. This is what was. So here we are. See the colour difference. Now this is now, and this is what was. So the beautiful men that work on the statues and everything, they've just been explaining it all to me. Oh, stunning. How absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that blue colour. Just so gorgeous. And here it's clear to see what the pictures all are. And on the outside, of course, they're all faded because that's what time does. It was so lovely talking to these two gentlemen. They taught me so much. Beautiful. Just beautiful. What an artwork. What a beautiful artwork. Absolutely stunning. Ancient Egyptians' life on earth was a preparation for the soul's journey beyond death, and this temple garden has been chosen to tell the story of people's ancient belief in an afterlife. Very light, beautifully done. And I've just met some men who worked on these gardens. Oh, and in fact, one of the men did the Italian fountain. How lovely. Ah. Gorgeous. That's so cool. You know, they really go into detail here about how things were, and they like to replicate them as genuinely as possible. So, very impressed. Now, I was here last week, my grandchildren, and my son and his partner, and I made a gorgeous photo. See it? That's the one. Oh, here you go. Oh, so beautiful. In the details. Oh, just lovely. Oh, it's quite nice. I know it sounds awful, but a cloud's just gone in front of the sun. It's just giving me a little bit of a little bit of cooling. It's funny that autumn, it's already May, and it's that warm. But oh, who could not like this? And so I'm leaving ancient Egypt and stepping back in time. As I make my way out of this maze of absolutely beautiful theme gardens, and I haven't even showed you everything, but I do hope you have, as much as I have, enjoyed just taking a peek at these beautifully laid out gardens. Just one more last look. And here we go. Oh yes, that's right. This is the other side of the Karen Mansfield Garden. Isn't it just gorgeous? You'd just want to live here, wouldn't you? Wouldn't that be a fairy tale dream come true? Thank you so much for watching and staying with me all the way to the end. See you next time. Bye for now.